already told you. I'm done reviewing 2014 merchandise. I'm getting really burnt out from it. Do you even understand that? Is it not getting through to you? Are you like dense or something? Well, of course you're dense. You're a toy. Why are you looking at me like that? You better not be doing what I think. God damn it all! Hey guys, it's Gojira 2012, and today I'm going to be reviewing a 2014 Godzilla toy again, and this time it's on the SH Monster Arts 2014 Godzilla. Yeah, you know, if you didn't hear me, it's on the SH Monster Arts 2014 Godzilla, sculpted by Yuji Sakai. You're probably going to hear me talk about that guy a lot in this review. If not, well, yeah, that's what happens. Now, to start off this review, which was forced, but I'm not allowed to say that, as you can see, it's the typical monster. It's very detailed, highly expensive, of course. But overall, it's a really nice and detailed figure, no matter what way you look at it. Although the figure does have a lot of flaws. But not terrible, I must say. Not as bad as they could be. Now, let's just go into history behind this figure, because when the 2014 movie came out, I already went over this in my previous review. I bought the NECA, which you can see right here. I'm going to pull him out next to this guy. I bought this figure right here. And I thought, when I bought him, that I honestly thought that he was the best 2014 Godzilla figure. And I had high hopes for this guy, I really did. But when I first saw him in the promotional pictures, I loved him. I really loved the way he looked. I thought, wow, they really outdid themselves. And then the final product came out. And let's just be honest, everybody who has the final product is pretty much disappointed, because you can tell Monster Arts did not go with their A game on this figure. But that's not to say it's a bad figure. It just goes to show that they didn't try as hard as they usually do. Yuji Sakai, when he sculpted this, and when it comes to accuracy, obviously this is not the most accurate 2014 Godzilla figure. This one has that advantage, while this one is more detailed and has more articulation points. This one, the problem is that Yuji Sakai was given limited sources when it comes to sculpting. Toho didn't provide him anything, and he went off with things based on what he saw in the trailer. And for what he saw, I'm not going to be an asshole and say like he did a terrible job, but based off trailers, he did a phenomenal job. You can't deny that. He really did make a great 2014 Godzilla figure, although it's not very accurate, which all in all, it's not his fault entirely. And of course, you're going to hear me say this a lot, especially if I ever get around to doing movie reviews. Toho logic. A coined phrase by Masking Tape Monsters, which you can find them on Facebook. There's a plug. I had to get at least one in. You might hear more, but... Now, comparing these two figures before I even get started, this one made off the 3D model, this one made hand scrap, or hand sculpted, not hand scrap. This was made off the 3D model, so NECA in a way cheated, but it does give out really good results. Whereas the Monster Arts, although he does love his woman every day of the month, wink wink, he's still an overall nice figure. And some people came with derp eyes. Mine are decent. There's nothing really too derpy about it. They're actually looking in the right direction. The only problem is that one's pushed in more than the other. And here, I'll show you here in a second if you can see it. See how this one on the side's more visible than this one is. That's the only problem. Other than that, I have no problem with the figure itself, other than the girlfriend Godzilla mouth. Applied too much lipstick today or something. Now, I've already said as much as I'd wanted to about these two. Both are really great figures. For the price you get him at, he's great. For the price you get him at, he's alright. I just wish Monster Arts did an even better job than, you know... Then, here, let me rephrase that. I wish Monster Arts did to him what they did to the rest of the figures in their line. I mean, look at Godzilla Jr. Or Adult Godzilla Jr., I should say. Comparing it to the first release of their Heisei Godzillas, phenomenal. Just a great figure. In a way, I look at it, and sometimes I've been wishing that maybe I should have gotten that instead of this, but I may be bashing this figure in a way, but I'm actually really glad that I got it, because it just adds more to my 2014 collection. Not saying I want to review more of it, but it adds more to it. So, here's a size comparison, just to get that out of the way. He's obviously taller, but if I tried to lean him up, and if I tried to... Oh wait, I'm not falling for that again. I'm not gonna have your head pop off either. No. No! You're not going to do that to me! Yeah, overall, he's taller, but not as much as it looks like on the camera. So there you go, there's that. And just for fun, let's throw in the Bandai vinyl of the 2014 Godzilla. Yoink! There he is. So tell me, which one's more detailed?
Well, clearly, he's the best one. These two are the best. They're made in Japan. This one, oh, this guy, he's made in America, so he's automatically sucks.
Yeah. Elitist collectors suck. Let's be honest. Because all these are great figures, no matter what way you look at them. Even though he's not accurate, he doesn't have extreme details, and his details are subtle. They're all great additions to the 2014 merchandise group. So, with that being said, grow up and accept that you're not going to like every toy, but you shouldn't judge people based on what they collect. Okay? Okay. Now, let's get these toys out of the way and finally get around to doing maybe just one more size comparison. Just for the kick in the teeth. Yeah, I stole a Bryan Cranston quote. Big what? Want to fight about it? Okay, here's the male Muto, because a female one has been released, sadly. Not very accurate because I've gone over this many times. The male Muto is a lot smaller. Say about, I don't know, around this size. He's almost about to fall over. I prevented it though. I'd actually say this is a little accurate. You know, when the Muto's flying around attacking Godzilla, it's kind of like that. And when you see Godzilla, the size of Godzilla's tail, it alone is just as big as the Muto's body, which is actually an astounding sight. Astounding beyond belief! Well, yeah, let's look at this figure's detail. I was already talking about it earlier, but the best part about this figure, without a doubt, is the spines. The spines are very sharp. I could literally, if I got mad at someone on the street and I just happened to be carrying this, one slam to their throat and they'd be done. I'd probably kill them, but you know, I'm not that much of a murderer yet. But still, I mean, you could literally kill someone with this thing. Look at that. The camera's actually capturing this really well. Look at that. I can open the mouth and look, skin flaps, something that the NECA has, barely. But I mean, it has it. It's just is very subtle, just like the rest of the things on the figure. The tongue's very articulate. Don't know what you want to use that for. Wink, wink. Loves this woman every day of the month. Wink, wink. No, that was a bad joke. Yeah, but really detailed figure. Even though the paint job doesn't really capture the movie design too well, and I'm gonna say this again: no figure will unless Gareth Edwards comes out and says, "Yeah, he's this color in the film." Or you know, legendary overall if they come out with that. You're never gonna really know, but look at that. Great. The tail alone is just... Yeah, I could stare at this for a good 15 minutes and not get bored. And I say 15 minutes because when 20's up, I just put him back on the shelf and be like, look, let's see him collect dust. I wonder what else I can stare at. Look at his abs. Abs are really pointing out here. Really cool. And the claws look nice, although I wish they would be black, but hey, I'm not the greatest when it comes to customizing. You want good customs? Go to Facebook, go in the search bar, type in masking tape monsters. Okay? Okay, there you go. So yeah, now I've got that out of the way, let's get articulation. Just like every other monster arts, when it comes to Godzilla looks, he has so much, you know, domo arigato Mr. Roboto, domo domo dow. He has a lot of articulation, you know. The legs can be a little bit of a pain though, I will say that. Another big pain is the tail. Now, a lot of people insert whatever sexual innuendo joke you want, that people would want to probably have the tail stay up, but watch. Godzilla can't get it up, okay? Yeah, see, sexual innuendos, go ahead. I don't care. He can't keep his tail up, which is a shame, really. If you want to do a stop motion, it'd be kind of tricky, you'd probably have to use shrink. But just about everything on this figure is movable. Waist, back, like, there's even a, right up here, there's even a spot where if you pull it out, there's a little spot right here that hides it to where it looks like it's just part of his spine. That's actually a really clever idea if you ask me. Instead of having like a giant gap wondering, well that just looks odd. Actually looks really cool, smart move on them, on Monster Art's part, or Tamashii. You can get him in the classic Godzilla pose, the pose when he first makes his appearance, you know. Even though his mouth doesn't open like that, he has his arms out and he's like upward and staring. That's something that the NECA lacks. You can't really get him upward. This figure you can, and he looks pretty damn impressive when you do. And like I was talking about paint job earlier, the teeth, I'm going to say this again, for some odd reason I feel as though they should be a yellowish color. Maybe like a yellowish white, and not just pearly whites. Because Godzilla, don't get me wrong, I'm not making fun of Godzilla's hygiene, but it's not like he has a toothbrush under the ocean with him. Come on. Or toothpaste for that matter. And if anything, the closest thing he probably has to, like, floss is probably seaweed. But then again, he's probably not big enough to use. So, now that I've went on to pretty much everything I've said about this figure, you may think, oh, you know, I hate the Monster Arts line. I joke about them and make fun of them all the time. The real answer to that question is no, I don't dislike Monster Arts. I really don't. I just never got the chance to collect as many. Because with me being a high schooler back in the day, I was broke. Let's be honest, when you're in high school, you're usually broke. You're focusing on getting your diploma and having your social life intact. I'll admit, that's why I've been gone for so long. But I'm back. And I'm never, ever going away. Well, at least until I die. But until then, you can enjoy me! Yay! Yeah, I know, I'm not too fun, but I try. So, what do I give this figure when it comes to the rating scale? I give it a 4 out of 5. Because, like I said, it's not the most accurate figure, but for what it's worth, it's definitely a very good 2014 figure. And it has its flaws just like the NECA, so I consider them both equally as good. Do I prefer one over the other? Not necessarily. I did prefer the NECA, but now that I own him, I can actually have a clear vision as to what my thought process is when it comes to rating these figures and, you know, saying which one's better. Because really, I'm just glad that I have both of them. And if you really want to go and go out of your way and buy this figure, I'd say go for it. The paint job in some areas may be a little lacking, and you know, some details may not be as accurate to the movie as you'd want them to be. But if you want to put them in really cool action poses and do stop motions and just say add another Monster Arts to your collection, then I'd say go for it. It's definitely worth the buy. This is Gojira 2012 saying farewell for now. Okay, I did it. Are you happy now? What do you mean you're never happy? Hey guys, thanks again. Try and follow me on my Tumblr, my Twitter, and my Facebook. if you want to catch the latest updates on my upcoming videos. And if you don't do that, I'll probably hunt you down and I'll kill you. Okay, I'm just kidding. I won't do that. I love you guys. But seriously, follow my Tumblr, follow my Twitter, like my Facebook. This is Gojira 2012, officially saying farewell.